Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today is the next day for me to dip the apple. As I showed you all in my previous video, how we went ahead and cleaned this apple and got all the sap off. So now it's dipping day. So what you're going to need for dipping day, we're going to do a small recipe. And this recipe it just depends on your apples. If you have the smaller apples, if you have the larger apple. And this recipe is going to do 1 to 2 apples. I have a larger apple here and it's Granny Smith. So we're going to do 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of both water and Karo syrup. And then we got our coloring. We're going to do red. And then we have our flavorings. And I really don't have that much strawberry kiwi, so I'm mixing the two. I'm doing strawberry kiwi and the cheesecake flavor here. So that's going to be a good flavor. You can always mix your flavors in your candy apples if you prefer, if you want that. If not, you can just do just one or the other. And so let's get started. I have my pot here since I'm doing a small recipe of this. Someone asked me about measuring cups. I wanted to show you all the difference with the measuring cups. When you measuring out anything dry ingredients, it goes in a regular measuring cup without a spout. But if you don't have a spout, when you use the spout measuring cup, you will still get the same amount as if you had the regular measuring cup. So here I put 2 cups of my 2 cups of sugar in this measuring cup, and it gives me 2 cups. And even if I put 1 cup in here, it would give me 1 cup, which is the same amount here in this measuring cup. I hope this answered everyone's question who's been asking me about that, who's using measuring spout cups or measuring spout cups that looks like, if you're using a measuring spout cup, this looks like this. Now I really don't have these because I threw them all away and I got the regular cups. But it should give you the same amount. And if it don't, it maybe might be a little off. But a little off is not going to really hurt. Okay, so let's get started. So in this pot, we're going to put in our 2 cups of sugar. And to this, we're going to put in our Karo syrup, which is half a cup. You can use the spout or you can use the measuring cup. That's half a cup. It really don't matter. And that's half right there for me. All right. We're going to pour this in there. Get your spatula and take all of it out with your spatula. I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, so I have my half a cup of water here. We're going to pour that into the pot. And now you're going to stir this up. Alright, so after stirring this, you guys, it'll feel like it's thick. But once it starts bubbling and boiling, it'll loosen it up. So now we're going to put in our candy thermometer. Here is my candy thermometer. Some people ask, how do you put this on smaller, shorter pots? This red ball here on the side, it can adjust, so it goes up and down. So I'm going to clip mine here, and where I can still see the temperature gauge while it's boiling. Okay. Once you put this on the heat, do not stir your pot at all. I don't stir mine. So I have my gauge inserted in the water, as you can see. It's not touching the bottom of the pot. It's just a little bit into the pot. All right. I have a gas stove. So for my gas stove people, go ahead and turn your heat up into like maybe in between medium. This is low for me. So I'm going to put mine somewhat close to medium. I don't want this to burn, so we're going to put it there. For my people who do not have a gas stove and y'all have numbers, put it between 6 and 5. All right, so let this cook up to 300 hard crack candy. Actually, I'm sorry, y'all, I said that wrong. Let this get up to 250. At 250, that's when we're going to put in our flavoring. The cheesecake flavor and our strawberry kiwi flavor. And then once it gets up to 300, we're going to remove it from the heat. And then that's when I'm going to add my color. I never added none of my colors until the end. That's just something that I do. You can do it while it's bubbling, but I choose not to because I like to see my color as I'm making it. So let's let this cook and then we'll go to the next step. Also, in the meantime, you want to sit your spatula in hot water until you're ready to use it again, because if not, when you get ready to start mixing this around, your candy is going to be very hot, and then it's going to be sticking to there, then it's going to be stuck to everything, and you don't want that. So to diffuse the situation, keep a hot cup of water next to your workstation. And that's what I'm about to do, put this in hot water. All right, y'all, so we almost reaching that 250 point. And we just started cooking this, and gas stoves cook awfully quickly. So you just have to keep an eye on it. So if you have a gas stove, be mindful of it. Unless you're going to put it on a low temperature. Other than that, just cook very quickly. All right, y'all, so we reached 250. So now we're going to put in our flavor. And I'm using a whole bottle of this one because there wasn't much left in there, which is why I'm using 2. And also to show you that you all can combine flavors. You just have to make sure it'll be a good flavor to combine in there. And this bottle wasn't as much either. Alright, so we're going to let this cook to 300. Alright, so we're approaching 300, as you can see. So we're about to get ready to shut it off. Be sure to wipe down your apples while you were waiting for your 300. Be sure to wipe down your apples dry and clean again before dipping. Because if you don't, you will get bubbles on it because you didn't properly clean it. Alright, y'all, so we reached 300. So I turned it off, and we're going to remove this. We're going to stick this thermometer into our hot water mixture. Alright, take this from the heat. And we're going to get ready to mix in our color. Alright, so let's go ahead and mix in our color into the pot. Oh, I'm missing my color, my white color. But we'll go over there and get that in a minute. So we're going to mix that round in our candy mixture. And let me run and go get my white. Okay, I am like completely out of my white color, y'all. So normally I would be mixing in white because I don't want it to be so transparent as it looks transparent here. So I'm gonna do my best here with achieving the red that I want. Oh, I was able to get 3 drops out of that. Gonna have to be a little bit out of camera with this for y'all to see, because I don't want to burn myself with this, because this liquid is very hot. Okay, so it's not looking so much transparent here, and I did drop in 3 white drops of my white gel color. I'm gonna go in here with a little bit more wet red. Then after we dip this apple, we're gonna put this pot back on our stove so we can hold our apple over the steam, and we can sugar coat this. That still looks a little transparent.